'cause I won't answer her text. Can't you see my hands on full? Got some Jaeger and Red Bull. Got a Jaeger bomb. A Jaeger bomb. I could be drinking whiskey. I could be drinking beer. If I could drink responsibly, why the hell would I be here? Out there shaking your ass. The only problem I got now is this empty glass. Drop it in and throw it down. Can I get me another round? I need a Jaeger bomb. Jaeger bomb. Maybe I should stop now, before it gets too late. The bartender gives me the nod. One more would be great. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'll call an Uber, then I'll crash. My last Jaeger bomb. Jaeger bomb. I could be drinking whiskey. I could be drinking beer. If I could drink responsibly, why the hell would I be here? With a Jaeger bomb. Jaeger bomb. Jaeger bomb. Hey man, I'm gonna get me one more. What about you? What the hell? Give me one more.
It's the Bats. Welcome one and all. We made it. Another Thursday Live. Here we go. Let's do this. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? How are you doing? Oh, my goodness. Oh, let's see. Yeah, he does blame everybody. Yeah, we made it. It belongs in a life of simplicity. The Nomadic Fanatic is nothing or a traveling gypsy with storage units all over the place. That's right. At least you made it. What's up, Mary? Vicinator. That is Planet Blair. He did the entire thing. I did a couple little Jaeger bombs, but everything else is him. He played the guitar, the drums, the bass, the vocals, everything. He did it all. NFL schedule. Blech. Then doubles down to Pecker. Yeah. Yeah. You are correct, Mundo. What's up? It's me. Hey, there's Mayhem. You think he's losing his insomnia checks? He might be. My homie Romy. Washing that gray right out of my hair. Speaking of that, did you see Tater didn't have the gray shorts on today? He had some other. He went out and he sprung for some new duds. It's Pilot Steve. What's going on? Ambrosia salad. There you go. If I could YouTube responsibly, why the hell would I be here? That's right. That's a good one. Oh, how's everybody doing today? It's been a busy week for me. Busy week. Haven't been posting too much. I did here and there, but yeah, nothing like I usually do. You shouldn't be able to get disability for insomnia. You can work at night when you should be sleeping. There are people in wheelchairs who have trouble getting disability. Yeah, that's one thing they do. They do is when you're going to sign up and doing all that stuff, they make it's a full-time job. So you definitely ain't working anywhere else because you're filling out paperwork and chasing stuff and doing stuff, going to doctors, and yeah, they make you go through it, which, hey, you know, guess you got to do it because there's lots of people that, well, we all know how people are. It's no secret. That's right, he had his birthday. Oh, you stopped watching them all? Yes, he did. I feel super good. Let's see. Why do you take the cats out without ID on? My dogs never go without proper ID. They both. You know, that's a good thing. That's a good observation I didn't even think about. Because, yeah, he let them down in the store. If they fucking take off and run off, you'd think you'd want some kind of identification to return them to wherever. I used to live in Yeager Road in the town Twilight was filmed. Oh, really? No shit. You went to, that's pretty cool. I get a kick out of friends' reaction when I play the Jaeger Bomb song. That's right. I saw a big leak of something under the bay in the bus. Yeah, wasn't there some kind of, looked like there was some liquid on top, what's up, Cajun Kev, of the one tank. I don't know if it was the black tank or the gray tank, but one of the tanks underneath there when he was putzing around, putting stuff in there. It looked like there was some kind of puddle, like you say, on top of there. So yeah, I don't know where that came from. I was thinking the same thing when I was watching that. Probably urine. What's up, John? Yeah. Well, he did more backyard carpentry. His videos are no longer on big delay. House just went up for viewing offers this week. Yeah, it's been up for a while. It was down. It was up, and then they took it down. Hello, it's Lori. Yeah, it was up for a while, and then they took it off the market. Well, I don't know. It wasn't listed for a while, and now it's back up again. So yeah. Yeah. How to? I see. It's just, what's up, nerdy? Again, if I was to do something like that, whether it be a bus or a box truck or whatever it may be, I definitely tried to plan something out. I consider be planning a year-long round trip with June 25th court date Does he know something we don't? No, he don't know nothing. He's just saying shit. Guys, counter 8 last video. Nice. He's fooling himself while trying to fool us. Yeah, that's probably true. But here for the drama, but driving, listening. Got to take daughter for driver's ed. Well, there you go. Look out. Glad you're on the other side of the country. Just kidding. Just kidding. I do think it's kind of crazy to do all these renovations on a vehicle. At least houses appreciate. Well, yeah. But again, you know, road tripping with Greg. Yeah, well, he's got to do what he's got to do. Wonder if a cat box includes with the truck purchase. Yeah, right. Howdy. Multiple offers on the house, so they have to go now, huh? Closing takes at least a month. Yeah. Well, like I said, if I was doing something like that, because again, it's not just a house, it's your mode of transportation and everything, and it's your home on wheels. The first thing I would have done was made sure that the engine, transmission, the drivetrain was in order. Flushed and did all fluids, changed filters. I don't care if they were just changed yesterday. I'd have changed them all anyway. Fuel filters, everything. Changed all that shit. And then I would have checked, you know, suspension and tires and brakes and all that. Made sure all that shit was good to go. And then taking care of all the outside stuff. Get anything that resembled or had anything to do with the bus deal. And then sanded and prepped it for proper paint, not bare fucking household outdoor guaranteed one coat paint. No, it would have got painted. Fading in and out. Oh, really? I don't know why, but anyway, and then, yeah, I would have, no, moving sucks. And I would have definitely had a plan. But, yeah, he's, yeah, that was the stupidest thing he ever did. Thank you. Aloha. But yeah, I'd have, definitely made a plan. That way I wouldn't have had to worry about stupid things like, hey, I can't open the door because there's a light there. Instead of hacking up the door, just change the light fixture, put a flat mount up there. But anyway, that wouldn't have been an issue because I'd have made a plan first. But anyway, since he didn't, and yes, I was just getting ready to talk about that. I mean, you stretch a little flimsy pole that may work and may, that's a good point, that may work and may hold up in a house, in a closet, but that thing up there with 101, he says, Harley shirts and some other shit, his vest with his patches and shit on there, that thing hanging there, stretched out, bouncing down the road and doing all that, it will never last. So instead of, you know, doing a proper hook in the middle or something to secure it and make it look half decent, but why start now, right? I mean, why start now with that hack job on the door stops, the door jammed, everything, even the cabinets above the sink and everything being flat out, and just slap some wood up there. Don't worry about seams or filling screw holes or anything. Just paint over it. So, yeah. Again, why start now? Why start now? The rest of the bus looks like shit, so yeah, just screw a block of wood to the fucking ceiling. The only good thing that looks really nice and is well done. So just run some screws through a block of wood into that damn ceiling. And then screw the wooden dowel to the block of wood. Oh my goodness. I mean, come on. There's a bazillion other things he could have done. But again, why start fucking doing things right and make it look nice now? I'm still thinking about the close up against the invert. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good observation. 101 guys. Storage boxes and crap up against the PVC piping in the garage, knocking away all those bumbles. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's a bazillion things he could have done, but I mean, again, if you want to have the light fixtures that you have, again, plan it out. But I think that 101 Harley shirts, $25 door, tater priorities. Yeah, it's just it's crazy. Good story neighborhood, Huntington Beach and surrounding area. Yeah, he's leaving. We don't know when. Yeah, he does have botch jobs for everything. Accordion door, yeah. It is a shit show, but yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. And just think, those shirts, 100 of them, they range anywhere from say 25, 30 bucks up to like 50, 45 and 50 bucks for some of them damn shirts. No, it wasn't. Everything, I mean, again. Yeah. There's clean shirts hanging full of cat hair. That's just crazy. A resident of the sphere. To Canada. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? 18,000 for a bus, put 20,000 into it. Now it's worth 80. That's true. uh, I don't know. I think he sold it because he hated it. I think he hated everything about it. Then he gets a couple boxes in the back of the bus for all her belongings, as well as Harley's primo closet space. Yeah, they take up some of the primo closet space, and the other fucking third of the bus is all fucking cat climbing toys and shit boxes and cubby holes and cat beds and all kinds of other shit. Mike knows the cost of everything but the value of nothing. Boy, if that isn't a great fucking saying right there. You go, Polly girl. However, district attorney, I would consider Tater's latest video as proof as he is flight risk. Make him post bond. He serves under 66. Seriously, it's a total mess. Yeah, it is a mess. He just slapped that shit together. One shirt per week, yeah. I know when they were on their little Vegas trip, he had 2 shirts. Every video he posted from there, he had 2 shirts. He would swap them out. Why he doesn't get bothered in L.A. makes me think it never happened. Exactly. He posted a picture of one, but again, I don't think it was a trespasser. I think it was people that he had come by to check on the things that, like she said that they had. What about the air conditioning system with the doors closed? Doesn't that mess up the air conditioning? Well, I guess he still has one mini split in the back and one in the front. So I guess they're in both zones, I guess. So I don't know. Plus as many holes in I'm sure the cross breeze. I mean, there's a gap that big at the top of the door, and then that big where the light is, and then at each side there's gaps. At the bottom there's a gap. So yeah, it's not like it's sealed off, even though it does have a porthole with penguins in it. But it's just, I don't know. What? Somebody asked about the do you think you sold Taterland for so they wouldn't know? But yeah, I don't think so. I think, and it's just my opinion, is that he bought it. He thought it was going to be great, and like I said, he went down. His whole plan was, I'm going to go to Quartzsite for the winter because it's going to be too cold and snowy and everything else there, and I can't do anything, so I'm going to go down there. And then when it starts getting warm, then I'll go up to Tater Acres and I'll start working. Well, he done got himself in trouble and escaped in the darkness of night, under the cover of night from Quartzsite. And he went to Taterland and he slopped through the mud and everything sucked and he hated it. So he needed an excuse. And of course, it was Google's fault. It was all the haters and the trespassers and all this other stuff that he made up in his head, I think. And, he comes on here and he makes everybody believe that he went and bought this land and I went down and I bought this shed and I did this and I did that and I paid for stone and I did this and I bought, I got all this money. I'm just paying for everything. Well, then he says, I sold Tater Acres and I told them to come get their shed. Well, again, if you bought something, say you bought a new refrigerator and you say, I'm moving, come get your refrigerator. Is that what you do? No. So he must have been making payments on everything and just, my guess is he just said, fuck it. And he didn't get any money out of Tater Acres. He just stopped making payments and lost all his, kind of like it was like a rent-to-own thing almost, I guess. So he lost his down payment and he just stopped making payments and walked away from it and then stopped making payments on the shed and said, come get it. That's what I think happened. But I think he just hated it. I think he hated it there so much. His property in Illinois was a swampland. Yeah, exactly. Well, and you know what, Tammy? He wanted to buy a house on another property. I forget where it was, whether it was Mississippi or someplace or Alabama or someplace when they were looking around. And Diana talked him out of it. She said, look at the backyard. Look, it floods. So he'd have fucking done it all over again, except she said, no, bonehead, look. There's signs that this thing floods. It's a swamp. He said it's up for sale, not that he sold it. Yeah, right? Because the owner of the land was still listed as that company that sold parcels. And, yeah. I wonder if Tater sometimes thinks to himself, man, I do stupid shit. If he doesn't, he should. Yeah. Yeah, they're black to enhance the, yeah, I think he does it on purpose, to enhance the cat hair. Yeah, he put all those video games, in the swamp. Yeah, that girl needs to run, yes, for sure. Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it. Slippery. He's slippery with his language, yeah. After they're both in the same bus, how long do you think that will last? Yeah, I was thinking of that too. That's another thing that, because I don't care what he says, that bus was never, the plan was never for her to be in there. The plan was for her to follow around in her bus and cohabitate whenever they wanted to and then go back to her bus. Baltic Avenue. Because, yeah, it's just the way everything was, the way everything was set up in there. Please donate word tools while I listen to my vinyl collection. And speaking of vinyl, did you see when she put that contact paper or whatever it was on the shelves, the shelf liner? He was rubbing his hand on it and chasing the bubbles all over it. Everything was all screwed up. Oh yeah, I saw your yeah, the dirt under his fingernails. He's a dirty person. Blossom doesn't need space for clothes. She normally doesn't have any on. Yeah, right. He might. Yeah, she cleans a lot of times. She cleaned that damn Bigfoot of his. It was disgusting, and he was in it no more than a day, and he had it all hogged back up. Looked like she didn't do anything. That's true. That's true.
You see that little check mark?
That's all you need to be validated. But yeah, somebody left a comment, and they said, "Oh, come on, you're talking about Tater and 4 cats in the bus and blah, 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 but you didn't say nothing about the little cute girl with her 4 dogs in the Bronco and blah, 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 blah," and it was on and on and on. Well, first of all, anybody that's been around here, that's right. Yo-Yo Max has to be believed as well. But anybody's been here around here a while knows I covered Morgan for a long time, and then she stopped posting. So I didn't talk about her because she stopped posting. She started posting again, and so I dip in once in a while and see what she's doing, and I talked about her. And first of all, one, dogs, they don't piss and shit inside the Bronco. Dogs go outside. The dogs are outside. They're running around. They're doing all kinds of shit. She owns land in Florida. They're always out running around. They piss and shit outside. Sure, they come in, and sure, there's hair inside. And sure, they probably do stink a little bit. They're dogs. But, one, that's the first thing. And then you got the cats. Now you got 4, and you're going to have 5 here soon inside that bus, shitting and pissing inside the bus, not outside. And sure, 4 dogs in a Bronco, I think it's ridiculous. I would never do it. But the other thing is that Morgan is a hell of a lot cleaner than Tater is. As I just spoke about, Diana cleaned his hog pen of a Bigfoot up, that RV that he had. She spent, I don't know how long, a day or more cleaning that damn thing all up from top to bottom. And he was in it for fucking a day and destroyed it like she never did anything. His clothes are dirty. He's dirty. Fingernails are dirty. Everything about him's dirty. He's just a dirty dude. And now you got, the way he throws shit around, and you used to be able to see empty beer cases just tossed all over the place. Shit sitting all over the counters. Had flat surface syndrome. Everywhere there was a flat surface, there was shit just laying. Shoes just kind of like thrown all over the place. bed not made and all that other bullshit, and you're going to try to make me believe that you clean that cat box twice a day? I don't even fucking think you clean it twice a week. That's why you made such a giant one and hid it down at the bottom so you could have that thing in there with all them cats dumping in that thing all day. There's cat litter, whether they got to jump through all the little hoops and go through the thing and come, there's still cat litter behind the driver's seat, out on the floor. That shit's everywhere. And if she doesn't go in and clean it up, he sure as fuck ain't. So when that person said about, oh, you said nothing about the girl, what's there to say except there's fucking 4 dogs in a Bronco? I wouldn't do it, but again, she has land. They're out all day. They're only in there when they're sleeping or just kind of like chilling, or if it's raining or something. But normally they're outside, unlike cats that are in there all the time. Even with his little sign up there says, oh, climate control 24/7, don't break my windows, my kitties are fine, because I have mini splits, guys. But I just thought that was funny, but I just had to say, because Tater's dirty. He's a dirty dude. He wears the same shit all the damn time, and he doesn't clean up after himself, period. You see how dirty that toilet area was in the old RV when he changed that toilet? Oh, that was disgusting. Yeah, he put the he put the crock pot litter or whatever it was over. Yeah, that was foul. Flat surface syndrome, that's right. See a flat surface? Got to put shit on it. Can't have an empty flat surface. Yep, they were yuck. Well, I won't dog him too much for that. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go there. And even if I had a cat or a dog still, I don't take dogs and shit into restaurants and walk them around. That's ridiculous. Maybe if you were on an outside patio thing and, like a street side, cafe or something, and the dog was actually literally chained to your chair or whatever on the sidewalk at the curb or whatever, and you were, again, curbside fucking cafe, and you were just sitting there drinking a beer or a coffee and having a sandwich or something, yeah. But to physically take animals inside, I don't know. I don't care. That's not me. Cutler's in his underwear. What's Vic in there saying? When he took the cats to PetSmart, I was surprised he didn't make a beeline towards the litter box section. That's it. Finally a clean place to shit. Well, that was another thing I found kind of weird. But, holding them damn cats up to the birds and everything and freaking the birds out and shit, I'd be like, come on, I don't know. I'm sure maybe other people do, but I see more people doing dogs and stuff, but, on a damn leash, just walking a dog around in places like that where animals are allowed. I mean, I'm sure maybe it's probably a newer thing now with everybody with their fucking emotional support fucking animals. I have my guinea pig or my hamster that I gotta fucking pet and stick in my pocket, and I have my whatever. Everything's a fucking emotional support animal. Yeah, I got an emotional support animal too. It's my wife. Can you imagine being in a conference room right now with 200 people? That's what you have. Oh, crazy shit. In all fairness, Lazy Dog has an outdoor area, which is where he was sitting. Yeah, it was kind of like, he said it. Yeah, he did say it was like an indoor-outdoor thing, yeah. Yeah, and that's why I'm not dogging them too much, because like I said, that's what the place is. It's for that. But yeah, I wouldn't participate in stuff like that. I don't like going to a restaurant and fucking have people with their unruly kids fucking running around and screaming and throwing shit and, being badasses because, people don't fucking discipline their children anymore. They let them run wild. little Jimmy, his medicine's wearing off. He's got ADHD and this and that, and he's got fucking 19 different things, and yeah, he has to go. And you tell, no, you can't hurt his feelings, and he has to be heard, and he has a valid point. And he's fucking 5. He doesn't have a valid any damn thing. He barely has a brain that works. But yeah, I don't want to be in a fucking place with kids running around. So I definitely don't want to be in a place where fucking animals are running around and dogs are barking and fucking cats are pissing on the floor. And no, I'd rather eat at home. Fuck that. But that's just me. When's the last time you see them? I don't know. It's been a while. You're right. You're right, when it was a service dog. But again, everybody has service dogs now, or so they say, or so they claim. Hey, what's up? Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, you know. Let's see. He's got his lion's share of these subs very early on in his YouTube career. Yes, you're right. He was one of the first handful when there wasn't 9 billion nomad channels before everybody decided, work? Hey, this YouTube and Instagram thing, all I got to do is start a website, take pictures out my van and post it on Instagram, and then make YouTube videos, and I can just drive around and do whatever I want and sit in the fucking desert and do whatever. And now everybody and their mom is just buying a fucking van and living in a car. And some people were forced. They don't like to live that way, but they're forced to. But if I say they're forced to and they're fucking homeless, they are not. It's a lifestyle, and you don't say that. But then when I say, well, why do they? Because they're forced to. They're homeless. So it depends on who you are, what you're allowed to say. I'm not allowed to say that they're fucking homeless and they're out there because they have to. That's one of those convenient things. It's a convenience. BlindViews says something that we don't like about the nomad community. We just throw that, well, they're forced into it. They don't want to. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's craziness, I tell you. It's nutso. But Tater, he was in that first little group before it really blew up, and everybody has a fucking nomad channel. Everybody lives in a vehicle. Nobody lives in a house anymore. And yeah, he did get a lot of them. A lot of them back then. Yo Max is right. Every 100 days. Maybe 200 days. He probably wears them shirts at least twice. That's how I got my subs back in the day yeah, that's right. I know that because we did an interview. So if you go over to my channel and you go to the interviews, blind interviews portion of the playlists, you can see all who I interviewed and go listen to their stories. Let's see. A Tater suitcase looked like his mother's back. I was tripping on that with his little his little wizard hat in there and his Mickey ears and all. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He has done nothing to you and you keep going on about his past. I'm a fan of Eric's. Well, if you're a fan of Eric's, you should know that your statement is wrong. He hasn't done anything to me. Oh, hasn't he? Hasn't he? Fan of Eric. You can be a fan of Eric. I don't care. But let's get some facts straight before you come over and say things that you don't know what you're talking about. You need to make a channel that they leave the sticks and bricks and go straight to a shed or in a property, and I will save them time and money. Well, there's a lot of, look, a lot of people, a lot of them are are buying land. They're buying land. They're buying houses. They're doing all kinds of stuff. A lot of them are getting home bases. Can you message me and let me know how I can send you a tip with my comment? My old ass can't figure it out. I forget how to do. I think down at the bottom of the chat thing, there's a $sign somewhere. You click on that, and then you got to put in a credit card or something, some way to pay, a debit card number or whatever. It should tell you how to do it. I first watched him 10, 12 years ago. He is boring now. Man child who collects magnets. Yeah, and again, even though I didn't like him, yeah, he did a lot wrong. That's right. And my friends too. Yeah, and even though I didn't like him, he used to make good videos. I say it all the time, but he's just phoning it in now. Not sure about school, but they have part-time jobs. So guessing they have made some friends. Oh, yeah, there, Marilyn showed you another way. Hey, what's up, Paul? Let's see. That was a full tiny house landing in a house. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Kevlar? I can't believe you don't have. I don't talk about popular things. I would like to, but yeah. How are both of them going to fit in the bus, especially with all the stupid shit on Harley shirts? I don't know. I really don't. But yeah, I noticed a lot of these folks are buying land. I mean, look how long ago it was that Aja bought her homestead land. A couple of them went in and bought a whole bunch of land. And then she had all her little buddies there, all her little worker bees that, don't have anywhere to go. And she goes, yeah, you come on, but do this, fix that, put that up. I need this done. And I don't blame her one bit. I don't blame her. I wouldn't let them freeload either. Put your ass to work. Work for your fucking supper there, folks. And let's see, Paul Barger, he bought land. The bread trucker got rid of the bread truck. He got a nice bus. But yeah, he's got land. A lot of folks are getting land. Even those happily ever Hanks, after Hanks, or whatever the hell it is, the Hanks, those two kids. The ER nurses, the traveling nurses, they've been out running around for about 9 years or so, and they're living full time on the road. And they just bought fucking like 20 acres in Florida that they're trying to fix and do this and do that. They got a fucking place. There you did. You figured it out. And thank you.
Yay!
And, but yeah, so it's just crazy. Well, here, let me fill you in. Let me fill you in. You don't know what you're talking about. See, here's the deal. See, Tater got a little Maddie on. I know a lot of people, they're going to be bored with this because they heard it before. But see, Tater got a Maddie on because his little butt buddy, Camper Van Kevin, was rummaging through and all my comments, just trying to find something. And somebody made a little comment. It wasn't real fucking Tater positive. So he ran over. Did you see? 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 BlindViews hearted a comment that was mad about you. Oh my God. Did you see? Did you see? So Tater went off. He started leaving comments and all these nasty comments and then delete them right away. So I would get the notification and I could read them. But then if you went back, they were gone because he would put it up and then delete it. So nobody could see them. He thought he was being slick. So I started screen grabbing them and showing them. And then he got even madder and went off the deep end. Oh, you think you could do what you want? Well, he got all crazy and started striking my channel. So he gave me a copyright strike. And then he went over to Facebook and made his little Facebook comments about, oh, did you see what I did? Did you see what I did? Yeah, I got him a strike. I'm going to give him another one. So he gave him my second strike. And then he went on Facebook. And he said, yeah, did you see? Two strikes. He got 2 strikes. One more and his channel is gone. And then he said,
I'm not on Facebook, so it wasn't me, guys.
But yeah, him and all the other nomads, all his little nomad friends, yeah, that's why I went hard on them too, because they all backed him up and said, we don't know what, but they were all on his Facebook page and they all heard him do his little rant and talk all his shit. But in the meantime, my lawyer sent letters and YouTube said, yeah, you're right. And they took all my strikes away. They put my videos back up and they monetized all the videos. And he got really, really sad. So I'm petty. So I talk about him all the time. Now, about my friends, Carrot Van Carolyn. Yeah, he dogged her, said all kinds of shit about her shaking and having all kinds of issues, and she's just a see you next Tuesday. And then dear Lola, that's right, our friend Lola, sweetest person on earth, never did anything to the guy. Oh, yeah, she passed away. Why? Because she had brain cancer. And what did he say? She can burn in hell, that see you next Tuesday, blah, 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 and said, oh, and just went nuts. But again, he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. Well, you're wrong. You're very wrong. And we can go back and we can talk about what he showed on video that he did wrong to other people. Some little college kid just delivering pizza, just trying to get by, bumped into his Rubbermaid trash can. He made it like it was fucking an attack on Pearl Harbor. He had to call, he had to scream, he had to flip out, and he had to get that kid fired because they bumped into a Rubbermaid trash can. Who gives a shit? And then when he set up his little camp and took up his 14 acres, and then somebody decided they were going to come camp by him and make a little bit of noise and ride their ATVs and hoot and holler and have a good old time, he bitched and complained. And then when they crashed and passed away, he made fun and laughed. Now, he can fucking set up anywhere he wants to. He can put up his 10-foot fucking movie screen. He can put up his little thunder booming bass bin and hook it up through Bluetooth to his phone. And he could put up his little projector and put on his green underglow lights in the middle of the forest and nature and shine his fucking thing and blast his fucking music and movies all he wants to. But if anybody else makes any noise, he has a fucking fit. He goes to Disneyland and stands around and he does his filming. If somebody walks by in his space, he turns around and gives them the stink eye. Oh, how dare they walk in my area? Don't you know? Don't you know who I am? Don't you know I have a...
You see that little check mark?
So you need to obey my bubble and walk around me. And then when he sold his words, his death trap, to those unsuspecting old folks, got that money in his hand and walked away, wringing his hand and just laughing and skedaddled because he knew they weren't going to make it out of the parking lot. But he's a good guy. So you go right ahead and you say whatever you want to. So there. That about wraps that up. So if you think he's a good guy, that's on you. Have fun. And if anybody says anything about, oh, well, that never happened, he never said anything about that. Well, see, the thing is you can, even if you don't believe the stuff that I had from somebody else, on Lola's phone is all the text messages between them, him screaming at her and calling her all kinds of disgusting, horrible names on her phone. Vicky saw it. Deborah Dickinson saw it. Frugal. Some other folks. They all know all about it. So you can't, oh, it never happened. No. Bullshit. It was on her phone that Vicky and her daughter had after she passed. I did provide receipts. Yeah, exactly. Right there before the end. Yes, her daughter did see it. Yes, her daughter, we had a brief little conversation. Sweet kid. It is the way he is. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one too, Bill. Thanks for reminding me. All the businesses he badmouths, and that's why he can't get anything done right. Because he fucking talks shit about everybody that he doesn't agree with. I know, I should stop sugarcoating things, right? Did Tater say that him and Diana are? No, he said they aren't. They aren't millionaires. Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. I'll see you next Tuesday with I don't care if she burns in hell. That was horrible. Yeah, I agree.
Yay!
Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. Her infraction was not responded in quickly enough to him when he texted her. Yeah, he's just. Oh, he accused her of all kinds of stuff. She never. That she was running and telling me this, that, the other, and she was talking bad behind his back to me. She never did anything. Never did anything to that dude. Nothing. I was really offended at how he didn't do shit to help Felix. Yeah, well, yeah, he never mentioned that shit either. That was just ridiculous, too. Yeah, that bugged me a lot. And, I mean, because Lola met up with him at, I think it was the RTR the one year. And he helped her and showed her how to fly her drone and everything. She had a new drone and all that bullshit, and he helped her and all that stuff. And she spoke very highly of him, and that's how I got to meet him, going to the Lollapalooza. I actually met him. We hung out, talked, and kind of I was trying to be nice, but I broke his friend contract because I did something. I hearted a fucking comment. But anyway, yeah, that will live forever. So if something happens to him suddenly, no one should shed a tear. He had no mercy. He didn't. He was horrible to people, man. 48 on camp. What's up, Pam? Yeah, Felix was all right. He was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. If you remember, I have a video. It actually popped up the other day. I was downstairs watching TV, and it popped up in my suggested a video about of Diana and I forget his name now. The other dude that she used to call honey, my husband. They weren't married, but it was my honey, my husband. Oh, and he was abusive. I had to kick him out. And yeah, all that bullshit. I made a big old video about that years ago. She has very poor judgment when it comes to men. Yeah, I don't know what all is going on with the house. Like I said, I had so many. You're right. It was. Thank you. It was Josh. It was. You're correct. Thank you. Oh, the CR Boger thing. Yeah, I did watch that. Yeah. She is needy. But yeah, I had a bunch of people from California say that, you know, once this is all said and done and she pays for this and that and the other thing, there isn't going to be much money left from that house. But again, I don't know, but yeah. You know, I feel the same way now, but I used to be with her, with Diana. She's kind of the same way with T-Bucket, Tim and Tammy. I used to kind of feel sorry for her a little bit, and then I saw how she was, and she's right in there, you know, because when she banged this, or banged her fucking shin and did all that stuff, he just kind of like made fun of her and blushed off. But then when she says all this shit and she keeps going back to him and all this other stuff, I was like, yeah, she's just as bad as he is. I don't have any pity for her at all. And that's the way I feel about Diana now. I mean, she seems like she could be a nice person. I thought she was just really naive and just gullible and shit. But then you see things go on and on and on. It's just like, yeah, sometimes she's just as bad as he is. Again, she even perpetuated the, oh, it's just a rumor. Nothing ever happened. It's just all the horrible people and haters just made up all this stuff about Eric. Eric's a great guy. He's so calm and gentle. He would never do anything. Then why has he been at court so many times and he still has to go back to court for a rumor, something that never, ever even happened, that was just made up on the internet? How did it get this far through the court system if it didn't fucking happen? If it was just words in the ethos? I don't, how did it get so far? Crazy to me. Not my business, but I don't know what Diana sees in him. Yeah, well, yeah, we don't either.
Yay!
Thank you. The no commercial fund. Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. We're getting there. We're getting there. She has to go. They talked about it a couple times that they're getting another store. He already has, I think, 2, maybe even 3 storage sheds in Arizona. So now they have to go find another place to get more storage space so she can store her bus. And she's loading all her shit in her bus so she doesn't have to store multiple things, I guess, is what's been going on. So yeah, they're spending money on storage sheds and all kind of dumb shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Yep. T-Buck is the one that said yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm actually, yeah, and actually, you're the one who brought that up to me when it happened, that she was using her mother's passing as content. Yeah, acted. Yeah. Yeah, she does lie for him. The easy money, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I absolutely would not pay to store things away from my house. If it doesn't fit here, it has to go. Exactly. But I guess when you live in a vehicle, did Tater throw RV Pepper Wayne under the bus? I don't know. I don't think. He says he's keeping the white truck, not selling it. Oh, did he change his mind? Because he said he was selling it. I don't know. What about your popcorn buckets? I think maybe got a quick look at the plea deal before court. That's why he's looking the way he did. He looked the way he did. Well, yeah, I'm sure he probably knows what it is. Yeah, I'm sure he probably knows what it is now because his last, after the same day that the court date was, is when they got the plea deal, the plea offer, whatever it was. So, yeah, I'm sure he knows what it is or was by now. But we have to wait until the 25th of June to find out if he accepts the deal or if he is going to go to court. So, yeah, every time Tater goes to Disneyland, he gets a popcorn bucket. And the last one he got was like $75 because it was like some 75th anniversary, 100th, I don't know, some anniversary of fucking whatever. But it was a special one. But yeah, every time he goes, he gets the fucking the Mickey popcorn bucket, and then he'll get the Santa one, and then this one, and then that one, and then the last one was some kind of anniversary one, special thing. But yeah, he's got a whole fucking popcorn bucket collection. Yeah, he knows what it is by now. Imagine paying hundreds of dollars a month to store fridge magnets, popcorn buckets, and lightsabers. Yeah, all that Mickey shit. His Joe Camel stuff, his little Guitar Hero guitars, and his little drum kit for that, and all that dumb shit. He's got a lot of stuff, man. The leg lamp. Yeah, that he got back because it got stolen from the crackheads, the meth heads. Yeah, that is a different situation. You're correct. He has collections of collections, but self-proclaimed they're minimalist. Exactly. Yeah, they're not cheap. There's different little size ones and stuff, but yeah, they're not cheap no matter what size you get. And if you have something, that needs to be in a special, like a climate controlled place, they're really expensive. I think he got rid of all those video games and pinball machines and stuff, all his arcade shit. And then that big thing he got, he drove, I forget how far to get, and bring and put in the bus that he kept for a hot minute, and then got rid of that too. Yep, he's got many different types and sizes of Mickey ears. We're past Big Fat Western Diamondback. Oh, damn. Yeah, he sold that quick. It didn't last long. Now, we really haven't talked too much about Mikey yet. A little bit here and there, but not really. He collect dust. Yeah. I have a 5x10 climate controlled $62 a month. There you go. And there's nothing wrong. Please return his MacBook Pro. There's nothing wrong with having collections. It's the thing when you have collections and collections and collections, and you live in a fucking vehicle and you proclaim to be a minimalist, but you have 10 different kinds of collections. Again, you have your Joe Camel collection. You have your fucking Harley t-shirt collection. You have your Mickey collection. You have magnets. You have fucking patches. You collect vests so you can collect patches. And so that's where the issue comes from. If you fucking live in a big house and you have enough room for your collection or collections, that's one thing. But when you live in a vehicle and you tell everybody you're a minimalist and space is a commodity and blah, 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 but I have fucking 19,000 collections of different bullshit, that's where it's a fucking... Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about the squished pennies. I just popped in. I was collecting all the shirts, then slam screws up in the ceiling. Yeah, we talked about that early on. Wasn't that funny? I said, why didn't he do it right? But then I was like, why start now? Everything else looks like shit. Why start doing things right and making stuff look right now? Yeah, a lot of people, we we chat about that in the comment section quite often. He bought all those parts and paid fucking Wayne 2.0 to fix that thing and bought it from him. It would have been great to sling around in the mud in Tater Acres, but yeah, I never saw it after he said, "Oh, I got to fix it," and that was it. Never saw it. Can you believe you still have snow piles in certain areas? Damn. Soccer fields to clear the streets, and now I have to move it because of soccer season. Epic weather. That's crazy. Is it illegal to bring a cat in a restaurant? Generally not. Yeah, it's a pet restaurant. It's for dogs and everything. But yeah, so yeah, it's weird. We were talking about that earlier too. It's something I wouldn't do and somewhere I wouldn't go. But yeah, it's legit. Yeah. Yeah, some kooky people could do collect guitars. I don't know who that would be. That's what my wife says. You can only play one. So much for gardening. That's right. I collect paint too. I got a lot of all that shit back there. Paint brushes and all this stuff, paper towel holder and all that shit. All that stuff's for paint supplies, all different kinds of paints. I got fucking canvases stacked behind the door over there. Yeah, I got a lot of bullshit too. But again, I never claimed to be a minimalist. Never once. The custom door. Yeah, that monotone, disgusting color. Yeah, I just had to break that shit up somehow too, but yeah. You only have two? Yeah. Well, to be fair, one of them's a bass, so. And that one back there's, I mean, I can play it, but it's basically just my collector piece because of the artwork on it. Do you remember our friend in California who has at least 100 fountain pens? Oh, yes. Yes, I do. You're already paying for a house, so you don't need to pay for 3 storage units. Yeah, right? Resin stuff, yeah. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? We're just talking about Tater and his stupid collections and his shoddy workmanship and taking the kitties outside. That is true. I am not paying for storage. Just paying the normal electric and bills and everything else that I would anyway, whether I had guitars or not. But yeah, I still wonder what the how all this stuff. Guitars are a must-have item, yeah. Killers. I'm up to 11 guitars at the moment. I've owned close to 100 throughout the years. Wow. Yeah, I sold a couple through the years. When I was younger and needed money, I would sell a guitar too. But I'm still wondering how the deal is going to work with all this. If he would get some kind of probation, how it all comes out in the wash with him having vehicles registered in California and Texas and Arizona, and now he doesn't have land in Arizona, so is he technically a resident of Arizona anymore, and how does that work? And once he leaves California, how does he have shit registered and licensed in California? Doesn't he have to change that shit? Doesn't everything have to get done in Texas? And if he's on probation, if he does get probation, even if it's the lenient kind, doesn't he have to at least go in once and check in? And where is that at? Is it going to be in his resident state of Texas, or is it in Arizona where his offense was? And how is all that? That's what I wonder. With all his different names and all his different addresses and all his different shit, I still want to, I'm curious of how all that stuff works. And even though I did get a lot of very, very good and informative comments about how it all works, it's still kind of confusing. And until it actually happens, yeah, I mean, probably, but I don't know. I don't know. Since he has a prior convictions, I figured he might get some kind of probation, But I don't know. Again, I have no idea. Wow. Oh, yeah. Well, I have some cheap ones, and I think my most expensive one is like, I don't know, maybe $1,600. But yeah, I got a few cheap ones. His job is traveling entertainer. I doubt he gets probation. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how that shit works. I mean, unless you're, I know people that get in trouble, and even if they're an actor or a sports figure or whatever, and they have to travel out of state, don't they have to jump through all these? They still get probation. They still have to jump through all the hoops and get permission to do this and that and the other. I'm sure all their people do it for them, but they still have to probably do all that bullshit. Yeah, I agree. I couldn't imagine just roaming aimlessly, wondering where. I agree. It's not something that seems like fun. Yeah. Again, if you're young and you don't mind running around doing all that stuff, that's one thing. But when you get older and you're like, I don't want to fucking be running around and finding a place and getting there on time and checking in, and it's bad enough if you're traveling, you got to check in a motel, but now you got to fucking back this thing in. You got to put everything up and get it level and everything, and get everything out and drag everything out and get it ready and cook and do this, and then you got to put it all away and pack it all up and run around, make sure you got your checklist and you don't forget anything, and leave, and where are we going next? And it just seems like way too much fucking work and effort to me for an older person. Whoever mentioned Andrew Magdalene courses a bit ago. Yeah, it was something. You're right. There was something that somebody mentioned, and I didn't even think about that. If he might get that as one of the things that he has to do. I don't know. That was a good thing. Do we know exactly what the charges are? Yeah. What was the charges? And what's up, Granny? What were the charges now? If anybody remembers what they were, without me looking them up again, I forget what they are exactly. I don't want to misquote them. He might get a probation that doesn't have reporting, signing of her. Yeah, right. You just keep the peace and behavior, not contact victim, no alcohol, etc. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I had a couple people explain it very well to me and how it works and the difference between the two and all that stuff. But yeah, it's still, like I said, it's still kind of confusing to me, especially when you're dealing with somebody who has so many damn different addresses and vehicles registered and has license plates for different states and drives them all and has alias names and all that other shit. It just, I don't know, man. Hey, what's up, Andy? How you doing, buddy? It's fun until it ain't. Yeah, right? Yeah, worried about the knock? That's it. That's we got assault with intent or knowingly cause injury and disorderly conduct fighting. Okay, is that what it was? That sounds about right. Like I said, I didn't want to misquote it. I've talked about it so much you'd think it'd be burned into my brain by now, right? Do you think? You think you would? I'm happy for people who like it, but I don't want to think about where I'm going to get water. So yeah, exactly. You know, like I said, it'd be fun to go and do and then come home. Just like going to even if you go to a nice, fancy, swanky hotel. I've been to a couple and they're really nice to stay in, but there's no place like home. Since the video live anger management stuff and probation meetings can be done via Zoom. Oh, they do that shit by Zoom too. Well, hell. Yeah, I made a couple videos about it. I actually put it up and all that stuff too, but I forget exactly. I didn't want to misquote. Oh, I bet it was fun, but yeah. Yeah, I would never full time. Like that fucking sell everything and no, I would never do that. All right, now that was funny. Can I pay my bills via Zoom? Oh my God, let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that one thing. Oh, damn it. I can't find it. No. Yeah, I thought I had it, but I don't have it. Oh, let's see. Let's see, what else was there? I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about with the tater. Except you think he'll be gone for a year? You think they'll find a place? You think they're going to start looking for a place? Because he sure did seem to like that, like being in a house and having the hot tub and all that stuff. Yeah, right. My camera's always set up. Just have to put out awning. Yeah, it's those people that move all the time, especially when they do that 2-week shit. It's okay to admit it. Yeah, I don't know what Mikey's whole thing is. I really don't. No, I didn't get one to go. This is a pretty busy week. I actually got an appointment tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been running around doing all kinds of shit. I had a grandson. He's in middle school. It's his first year in middle school. He had a recital. He plays the violin. So they had a big recital the other night. I had to go to that. And I've been doing this and that and the other thing, running around. And I didn't get a chance today to put a game together. No game, unsubscribing. But anybody, you guys, if you don't remember or don't know who Granny to Go is, Granny's Got to Go over and check her channel out. One of my mods, if you could find her and put a link, please, for her channel. Yeah, I just talked about them a little bit, about them getting land. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm still following the Hanks. Yeah, she's all preggers, and they're getting ready to have a place to settle down. They're still going to travel, I'm sure, but, yeah, they want that home base. They got a lot of shit to do, though, with all them abandoned buildings and all that. What is it, like 20 acres? Lost connection? Oh, my. Thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, go over and check out Granny's Got to Go. Help her get going there. Good stuff. He gets Medicaid, EBT, maybe cash assistance, disability, et cetera, when not getting people into sending in money. Yeah, I've been going round and round with Mikey for a long time. He used to always make fun of me for being blind and all kinds of stuff like that. Working on the, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm going to do, I was going to throw one together, but I just didn't have enough time. Those things, actually, you'd be surprised how long it takes me to do all that shit. But yeah, it takes a little bit, and I just had so much shit to get done. Look at that.
Yay!
Thanks to all my members. You guys are awesome. What's up? Yeah. Staring at trees and woo! Yeah, right. Yeah, moral compass. A not working moral compass. Mikey's still, I just checked in. I didn't watch anything today from him, but I just checked in real quick and read a couple of things. He's still ready for whatever's coming. He's been ready for, he's been getting ready for whatever's coming down the pike for months now. We're all supposed to get ready for the gloom and doom in the end. Whatever. When you've lived a long time, you've seen many, many reiterations of the gloom and doom, and it's all the end of times. How many wars we've been through. Then they stopped calling them wars and just started calling them conflicts. This, it was different living through a pandemic. This was the first, but we managed to go through that bullshit. But yeah, race riots, fucking all kinds of crazy shit. Presidential assassinations, impeachments. I am not all kinds of shit. I mean, we've been through all kinds of crap. Gas shortages, standing in line, the odds and evens day to get gas and all that. Been through it all, Mike. It may not be fun. It may not be what you want. It may even be a little bit crazy. But you know what? We always manage. And if we don't, like I say, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're not going to do anything about it. I don't like the fact that everybody pays taxes and they just throw the money away, put it in their pockets, give it to fucking people who don't do anything. they complain and they point finger. Oh, look at this marginalized group. They need your help and they need this and that and that. But they take our money that they allocate for these marginalized people and give it to these crooks that aren't even supposed to be here. And go, I don't know. But what are you going to do about it? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. So you either sit behind your little pilot steering wheel and go, oh, the sky is falling and be prepared and you're not going to be able to eat, but give me money. You're not going to be able to buy a home ever. People are 45 and still living at home with their parents because you can't afford to buy a home, but give me money. And yeah, oh my God, you're not going to be able to afford food and this and that. Oh, it's all coming to an end. But please support my channel and give me money. But yeah, you're not even going to be able to buy gas for your car, so I don't know how you're going to live. But please give me money. So what the fuck? He's a moron. And now he's bitching about fast food is ruined. Again, I didn't watch the thing. I just read this thing. Fast food has been going downhill. Fast food's been garbage for years. That ain't nothing new. A Whopper was a Whopper. Now a Whopper's a fucking the size of a fucking Nilla wafer. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller. There's less shit on it, and the price goes up. It used to be $1. Now it's $5. That's just the way it is. It used to be good and taste good. It used to be beef. Now it's fucking formaldehyde and bleach and hormones and all kinds of other shit. We've known that for years. That's nothing new. That's why I stopped eating that garbage fucking 5 years ago. That's it. Where's the beef? That's why my ass goes to the grocery store and buys primal cuts, brings it home, cuts it up himself, makes his own hamburger most of the time, or at least half the time. I cut my own steaks. I do all that shit. Sure, it's probably not the best meat either, but it's the best we can do. It's a hell of a lot better than going to fucking Walmart and getting their junk or going and getting fucking fast food from Mickey D's. But if that's the fucking life you want to eat, I mean, the life that you want to live and the food you want to eat, you want to go eat all the processed garbage and you want to run into Walmart and buy a big bag of fucking, chicken tenders and some French fries and then come home and bitch that food sucks. Well, that's you. Buy better food. I don't know. I miss pink sludge. The pink slime. It's funny. Now that's funny. Oh. All right, you made me laugh. That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh my goodness. That was funny. Swill, yeah. Old SNL stuff. I went back. Oh, it's probably about 10 years now, though. But I went back and I watched a whole bunch of those old ones. No Coke, Pepsi. Samurais. Samurai Chef, all that. But yeah, all the Dan Aykroyd and Gilda Radner and Jane, you ignorant slut. And Rosanna Dana, and all that shit, man. That shit was funny. Fast food is cheap, so we dealt with the low quality. Now you can cook better food for cheaper. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was that whole thing. It was fast food. It was fast. You just drove up and went, I want a burger and fries, and boom, there you go. Here's your burger and fries. And it was cheap. You're right. And you're right. It wasn't the best, but I think, I'm not sure, but I can say it was a small amount of certainty that I think the stuff when we were young, I think that was a lot better than the shit that we have now. But yeah. But yeah, so now you're right. If it's if it's expensive and garbage, cheap garbage we can deal with. Expensive garbage, no. Yeah, it was the glory days. The cone heads and all that shit. That shit was great, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, we used to do that. Brown the buns. Back in the dark ages. I was a kid. You took 2 quarters at a fast food place, got a hamburger, fries, and soda, and came home with change. Was better 15 years back, yeah. Yeah, there was a lot less shit to try to make it last through a nuclear holocaust. But yeah, it just, I mean, even, I started we used to make, oh, my finger itches for some reason, but the wife and I, we used to make our own Big Macs, and they tasted really good, like the olden days, you know? And what that reminded me when he said about toasted the buns or blackened the burger. But yeah, we'd grill the buns, and it would make the middle bun and everything. And yep, we did the whole thing, and made the sauce pretty damn close. And yeah, they tasted really, really good. I even used to make the French fries the old way. Used to soak them in the sugar water overnight, and then deep fry them in the beef tallow, like they used to back in the day. And the fries were really, really good. We used to do that. And then it got to the point where even pizzas, getting a pizza was, I mean, it didn't get crazy expensive, but they started getting expensive. And you go, okay, now listen, if you take the ingredients that you need to make a pizza, it costs you what? $1.50? $2, $3 tops to make a big ass pizza. If you get the flour and the sauce and the cheese and everything, the pepperoni and everything you need, and you just make your own dough, why are you going to go out and spend fucking 10, 15, 20 bucks on a pizza when you can make your own for fucking $3? I don't know, just stupid shit like that to me. But what are you going to do? A lot of people just, they like that, the microwave people. Yeah, it's close. If you doctor it up just a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty much the base. You're right. It is damn near, but it's a little bit different, but not much. You're right. But it's the microwave age, that thing, everything. Oh, look, you can cook. And microwaves suck as far as I'm concerned. They're good for heating up, I don't know, soup or maybe a cold cup of coffee, but to cook shit in a microwave, no. But everybody wants everything boom, 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 boom. But if you just take some time and stand in front of something and cook it, and, it's a lot better and a lot cheaper too. I remember early 20s getting BK chicken broiler for $1. They were good. Got me through some hard times. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, good. Land shark. That was another land shark. How about I mean, let's get real. $5 footlongs. That didn't last fucking very long, did it? I make my own pizza from scratch, and I kind of like knowing what's in my food. Yeah, I agree. I like knowing what I'm eating as well. I really do. Pizza dough recipes on the side of a flour bag. Oh, do they? I believe that. I haven't had flour in the house in a while. It was funny. My neighbor came over a week or so ago. They were making, Maybe it was around Easter. I think. Anyway, my neighbor was making a cake or something. She was making something, and she was like a cup short of flour for her recipe, and came over and, can I borrow, the old days, can I borrow a cup of sugar? Can I borrow a cup of flour? I was like, we don't have flour, we don't have sugar, we don't have we don't have none of that shit in the house anymore. We gave the girls, we split it all up, the sugar and the flour and everything that we had when we went, full blown carnivore and stopped eating all that garbage. Yeah, we got rid of all this. I'm sorry, but we don't have any flour. We haven't had flour in the house for 3 years. We don't have sugar in the house. We haven't had sugar in the house probably for about 5. But yeah, we don't have any of that shit, man. Still make steak and cheese your way. Oh, yeah? Candy Graham. Yeah, Candy Graham. Land shark. Cheeseburger. No Coke, Pepsi. Yeah, I stand around and cut up shit and cook shit, and yeah, got a freezer full of stuff. I pull shit out of the freezer, put in the refrigerator to thaw out, and make it the next day. Yeah, it's a big long to do, but yeah, dollar menus are gone just like they. Yeah, there's no more dollar store. The Dollar General is $1.50. 4 for $4. Yeah. $1.99. You out of your mind? Oh no, Mr. Bill. Yeah. It wasn't good even. Yeah. My grandmother used to, oh yeah. Yeah, I talked about that a little while ago. We used to get them little bags of 25-cent Middlesworth chips around here anyway. Good old Pennsylvania stuff. Now them little bags are, are like fucking $4. It's ridiculous. But yeah, it was craziness, man. I was gonna say something. What was let's see. More cat. Yeah. Yeah, Tater needs more cats. Yeah, that's what I was saying a little while ago. Like, Mike's crying about fast food. Fast food's been garbage for years. It's been going downhill. It's been shit. He needs to catch up. But I guess he has to wait till he watches some TikToks to let him know what's good and bad, so he can bitch about it. Oh no, Mr. Bill. Good old Taco Bell. Sluggo. Oh, yeah. 49-cent tacos at the bar closed. Oh, yeah. I remember going. That was another thing. Wing night, man. Remember when wings? You get them for like 5 cents on wing night. Now, Jesus. Wings are expensive as shit. I was like, holy hell. It's a little chicken wing. But yeah, I make everything, try to do everything at the house. People look at the prices of some things and they go nuts. They're like, oh my God, it's so expensive. Well, yeah, it is. But it's that It's that it's only expensive for the first shot. Damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I go in and I get this big thing of fucking, New York strip or ribeyes or even a chuck roll or something, and you get this big thing of meat and it's like, oh my God, but it's $200. Well, yeah, it's $200. But I get like fucking 15 steaks out of it. Go buy 15 steaks and see how much it costs you. Go out to eat and order 15 steaks and see how much it costs you. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like I learned shit from my grandparents and, living in certain parts of Pennsylvania, not that I'm Pennsylvania Dutch or I live in Pennsylvania Dutch country, but that these people did this and that and the other thing. And, hell, they build their own barns and they do this and make quilts. So you get that, some of that kind of comes in and you're like, hey, I don't mind standing here and making, like when heavy whipping cream that we put in our coffee, the wife and I, that shit went way up for a while. It came way back down now. But it went way up. So I was making my own. A lot cheaper. I was making it was, oh Christ. Did I ever check out the Amish butchers? No, I haven't. I mean, are you talking about like a YouTube channel or real Amish butchers? If you're talking real Amish butchers, yeah, I've been to many of them. Farmers and all kinds of bullshit. Yeah, don't live that far from the Amish folks. Chicken wings were the cheapest option because most people didn't want them. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, now I get whole legs for, usually wait till they go on sale. They're like 99 cents a pound, and I'll go get like 20 or 30 pounds of these fucking whole legs, and I'll bring them home and I'll cut the thigh off the drumstick. The wife eats the thighs and I eat the drumsticks, and we throw them in the freezer and get them out every once in a while. We used to do wings. I mean, every once in a while I'll get wings, but they're so expensive compared to getting the drumstick or the whole leg. I just wait till they go on sale. Like I said, when they're like 99 cents a pound, we'll go get like 30 pounds of them. And I just do that shit. Yeah, I just found one here in Kentucky. Going to get my meat. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It's great. Oh really? Yeah, every once in a while it'll go on sale. And that's even, like I said, when I go and get my my big primal cuts that I have to butcher and cut up myself and trim all the fat off and stuff. It'll be like $11.99 a pound, and then you look at a single steak right next to it. If you buy a steak, it's like $15.99 a pound, just because the guy back there cut it up for you and put it in a fucking tray and wrapped it up and brought it out. So yeah, I'll stand there and cut the shit. I made the investment of getting the right knives. I've spent the money on knives, and I keep them sharp, and I got a honer and all that bullshit. And yeah, got a big cutting board, of course. But yeah, I cut it all up, put it in the freezer, and ta-da. Do ribs, do those chicken. Like I said, when it's on sale, we get a whole bunch of chicken. I get a whole pork loin, make pork roast and pork, cut it into pork chops. Get a rack of lamb every once in a while. Lots of salmon, wild caught salmon, all kinds of shit, man. But yeah, I get big. I'll get like a whole half of and cut the salmon. I cut everything all up. You just look at the prices per unit, and it's like, why am I going to pay somebody when I can do it? So yeah, I'll stand there and cut shit up. I'll take a day. The wife packages. She's the one that vacuum seals everything. I cut it, she vacuum seals it, and we put it in the freezer and all that good stuff, man. But yeah. And since we don't eat a whole lot of, well, we don't eat any junk anymore. We don't have, bags of chips and fucking bags of potatoes and bags of rice and, all the barbecue sauce and this and that and all this. And yeah, there isn't a whole ton of shit. But yeah, that's the way I do it. That's the way I do it. Well, I think I'm going to call it an evening or wrap it up. I think I'll make a little bit of noise before we get out of here real quick. But yeah, so thanks to all my we have a lot of Mennonites. Oh yeah, we got Mennonites here too, yeah. But thanks to all my moderators, you guys are awesome. Thanks to my members, you guys are awesome as well. I do appreciate you guys being members. Thanks to everybody who contributed tonight towards the no ads fund, so we don't have any ads. And thanks for everybody who watches. Watches my videos, leaves the comments, and does all the YouTubey things. I do appreciate all you guys. You're awesome. Oh my. Ooh. Late for dinner. All right. That went on way too long, I know. But thanks for everybody who stuck around. Do appreciate it. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. You guys are awesome. I do appreciate everybody hanging out. You guys are the best. The best. The best.
Yay!
Yay. All right. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to get on out of here. I do appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. All right. Let's do the quick one and just get on out of here.
What we do here is go back.
No, that is a dinky. It is a Jackson dinky. It's a nice guitar though. Plays nice. I love the pickups. It's okay in my book. It's okay. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Do appreciate it. May all your babies be born toothless and naked. Don't let your meatloaf. This Blind Views. Blind viewers are awesome, and I should know, because it's Blind Views, and that's the way